Hey class, how do you feel today? You feel happy? You feel sad? You feel angry? You feel hangry? How do you feel today? I hope you are super okay. And remember, stay home always. Welcome to another new virtual class. Okay, the class of today is about was not and were not. Okay, are you ready for a start? Yes? Okay, let's go. So, guys, and in a class before, we mentioned about the verb in the past. That is was and where, right? You remember? Okay, so now is the same but in a negative form. That in this case is was not and were not. So simple, right? So let's read our objective of today. This says to make sentences with was not and were not. That this is the negative form of our verb in the past tense. Okay? So for making sentences, we need our modes. How to build or how to write our sentences, right? So don't worry, because I am going to help you. So what I want you to do is pay a lot of attention, please. Pay attention, look all the time what I'm going to write in this part, okay? Here, let's build our structure to make sentences here in this part, okay? So, let's start. Our table would be in this way. In this part, we need our subjects, okay? What is a subject? For example, I, they, you, okay? So, our first subject will be the subject I, okay? I need your help. What other subject? Maybe she, okay? She. So, she. Now, what is the opposite of she? The contrary is he, right? He in this case. He. And the subject, for example, of this or other thing or an animal is, you remember? It. Excellent. Is it. Very good. Now, let's go with the other group of subjects. Okay, for example, you. Okay, give me another subject. What option we have? What more? What else? You, very people around me is we, exactly. The subject is we. Other, that's many people, they, exactly, they. They. Okay, now we have our subjects in this part. So, let's make a little division right here. Okay, so we need a division. Okay, now let's go with the second part. Okay, now we need was not. And was not goes to the first group. What is the first group? This is the first group. So was not go here. Okay? Here goes was not. sorry, was not goes here, okay? And now, were not goes in the second group. What is the second group? This part. So, in this part we put were not, okay? And we made a division, okay? Now, in this part, let's write our complement, okay? Our complement could be, in this case, for example, could be in home, could be a doctor, could be playing, could be, okay, give me an idea. Eating could be eating. You remember the verb eating? Eating something. For example, escabeche, arroz con pollo, eating a dish. Okay. Okay. Let's stop in this part. Okay. Now we have our structure of was not and were not. Okay. So for making a sentence, I need to erase this. Pay attention, please, in this part. So, to make a sentence, the first one, okay? So, for example, with I. What happened with I? Okay, so I goes with was not, and we can select any of these complements. Okay, let's take I was not in home, okay? So I was not in home now is a sentence. So we can write it. I was not in home. What else? Were not? No, right? Is was not. Sorry. I was not in home. Very good. Now we are using our negative form. So this is in the past, but in a negative form. You see? Okay, let's make another sentence. Maybe we can use the verb, the subject, he. Okay, let's take he. He, and let's go with was not. Okay, he was not maybe a doctor. Okay, a doctor. Very good. So now we have another sentence that in this case is he. Repeat after me. He was not a doctor. Excellent. So we can write it. No, sorry, it's here, right? So our sentence is he was not a doctor. Very good. I've got a question for you. Pay attention. Guys, is it possible to say he were not a doctor. So look at it. Is it possible to say he were not a doctor? Is it possible to say that? He were not a doctor? What do you think? Actually, it's not possible. So that's I made this division because this group, all of this group, he, I, she, he, and it cannot go with were not. They go with was not. You see? And the second group, the same. They cannot go, for example, you with was not. It's not possible. The same with we. We cannot go with was not. It's not possible. They go with were not. Okay? So you take in count, this group go with were not, and this group goes with was not. Okay? So let's make, of course, this is wrong. This is not possible. Okay? Let's make another sentence. Maybe in this group. Okay? So, let's take you. Okay? Okay, you. You were not, the action, were not in the past. You were not, for example, help me please. What of these complements could be for our sentence? You were not playing, okay? You were not playing. So let's write it. You were not playing. Okay, now we have another sentence with our verb in the past in the negative form. This is in the past and this is the negative form. You see? So easy, right? And we can make more sentences using more complements, but always, this always is the same. This part is not really necessary because it can change. If you see, you can play. You can go in home with this. I can go was not in home. They were not in home. So the most essential in this part is those groups. Here, 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 and here. This is only the complement. It's not really essential. Okay? So, it's easy, right? To make sentences using our substitution table. So now, my mission is complete. Thank you so much for your attention. With me is until another opportunity. Goodbye, class.